We're on our 20th day of High Performance Entrepreneurship Series. This is about understanding how to go as a startup, how to go as a business. Welcome, Shahid, and welcome, Jyotika. Dream, dream big, aim high, start small, start very small so that it is easy for you to focus. Start very small that you can easily build a discipline around it. Start very small so that you can master it fast. Once you master it and you have the discipline, it will be very easy for you to scale up. Today, we are going to understand the LinkedIn tools and how we can leverage our brand by using it. To speak about this, we have our LinkedIn coach Jasir Alavi, who is an expert on LinkedIn, and we have a panel. So, Jasir, I would like to call Jasir on the stage. Jasir, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Kabir. Nice to be here again with you. I can't believe it's 20 days now. It's the 20th day, and I still have many more days to go. So, like today's audio event is for especially for entrepreneurs and solopreneurs, for everyone, but who want to understand and leverage the tools that LinkedIn offers for uh, enhancing their personal brand, right? So we're joined by two very uh, important people. Let me welcome Dr. Sujit. He is founder and CEO of G-Links International. He's an educationist and educational consultant. And Amin NM, who is the founder and CEO of No Time. He's a student at KUSAT. And before we dive into the topic, let them quickly introduce themselves. Dr. Sujit, please.
Thank you, Jasir. It's a very, very interesting topic today on how we can leverage the benefits of LinkedIn. So, for me, LinkedIn is a business connecting tool, and as an educator, for us, connecting with our audience, which are schools, universities, training institutes, have been always possible through LinkedIn. Joining various groups, connecting with CEOs, connecting to the company pages and seeing who work there, getting their insights, joining webinars that they host, being with them on their audio events, video events, podcasts, and then using their other social media things like Meta, Instagram, YouTube. So for me, LinkedIn has been a great connector, and luckily by the grace of God, I have around 16,800 followers on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn has been a constant source of revenue creation for me, connections. And it just so happens that 4 or 5 of my meetings of the week get done through LinkedIn and through the uh, Calendarly app. So for me, LinkedIn has been a very good source. And once again, thanks to Kabir and Jasir for choosing LinkedIn as a tool for business community communication. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sujit. Amin, would you like to introduce yourself and what you're
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
at the moment?
yeah. Thank you for having me here. First of all, I'm Amin. I'm a student at KUSAT, and I'm also CEO of No Time. And basically, No Time is helping students to get into professional jobs as soon as possible. This is a fast era. We have to be quickly adapt to the fast technologies that going to adapt daily. So I'm eager to know what Jas will be telling about the LinkedIn and LinkedIn tools. I'm eager to know. Thank you having me here.
Definitely, definitely. So Like, let's dive in. So now, people are very often ask me why personal branding, and I tell them in a world flooded with talent, how do you stand out? So your professional brand is your, unique identifier. It's like a personal logo. It helps you differentiate yourself. It helps you build credibility and attract opportunities that align with your skills and values. It's like your, business card, but it's always working for you even when you're not actively networking. So your personal brand is really, really important, and it's really, really important for entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, or even leaders out there. It's really important that they require to build their personal brand. Now, let's just briefly touch on what's LinkedIn. If you all know, but let me just touch on that before we go into the different aspects, tools, and so if I'd say if personal branding is the play, then LinkedIn is like the stage where it unfolds. It's a platform designed for professionals by professionals. Here your audience is not just scrolling for entertainment, right? Like Facebook or Instagram. Here they are looking for valuable content, insights, connections. They're looking to grow their business, and so each connection on LinkedIn is so much valuable than what you would find on linked on other social media platforms. So, and before we dive into the nitty gritty of leveraging LinkedIn tools, let's also briefly take a moment to understand why LinkedIn platform is important for brand enhancement. So the first thing is that it's a professional ecosystem. Like I said, it's a bustling professional marketplace, and unlike social media platforms here, where there are casual get-togethers and all that, LinkedIn is like a business conference where people come with a purpose to like network and learn and grow professionally. So it's really important that you understand this part about LinkedIn. And it's almost touching a billion. It's over 900 million active users, and there are very, very few, comparatively, very, very few, fake accounts and things like that on LinkedIn. And it's also really credible. Credibility and authority is another factor. So when you post an article or share a milestone or make a comment on somebody's post, you're not just socializing; you're really building authority. So big LinkedIn profile serves as a dynamic like resume that showcases you and your skills and your thought leadership and things like that. And LinkedIn is also a networking powerhouse where you get to meet people and forge connections. And you can do that, or people have been doing that, or posts and that. And now there are new platform tools like audio events where you can, really, really 10x that pace. And then there's also networking and targeting and many other things that you can do over LinkedIn. And so let's just ask everyone here to share their experience of LinkedIn so far. Um, I'd like to start with you, Dr. Susan.
Thank you, Jasir. So as I rightly mentioned, I think LinkedIn is a very professional tool. It has a lot of ways in which you present your company, your work experience, your educational qualifications, and you connect to like-minded people. And LinkedIn sometimes, when you try to increase your network, tells you what would be the ideal profiles that you should connect to. So there is some AI algorithm that runs behind, understands your profile, looks at the people you've connected before, and then gives you suggestions. You join groups, you follow people that you are interested to have as your role models. So LinkedIn provides you a platform where you connect to like-minded people, and for me, it is like building your contact sphere. So, for example, somebody who has a restaurant or is into the food business can get connected to florists, can get connected to event organizers, can get connected to bakers, can get connected to all the other industries which can complement and work together, because an event at a restaurant is not complete without flowers and without photography and without cakes and without celebrations. And maybe the company that you are with might not do all these services. So finding your own core team gets a lot easier when you are on LinkedIn, because you're connecting to business owners, you're connecting to sales and business development directors, and they all have the same vision to support and grow. So for me, LinkedIn is a very very effective tool for collaboration and business synergy.
All right, thank you. And you mentioned that you're already getting like around 5 or 6 meetings through LinkedIn every.
Oh yes. So what happens is that in my business in education, we work with a lot of our entities, which are schools, universities, training institutes, nurseries, and we have two entities that cater to education. So in one of them, we work with the owners and stakeholders and the principals and deans in order to do all regulatory compliance that is required across the GCC to ensure that the educational requirements are met both at the emirate level and at the national ministry of education level. So we work a lot close with KHD in Dubai, with SPIA in Sharjah, with ADEC in Abu Dhabi, and overall with the Ministry of Education. In our second entity, we talk to school teachers, we talk to parents, we talk to students directly, because the other business we are looking at study abroad. So we are very fortunate to be working with a lot of collaborators who help in building profiles of students, make sure that the university accepts them. We give them a good brand when the university applications start, and they do well in their English proficiency and their academic scores and overall statement of purpose and their student profile, that they get selected. So in both of these, when we try to get connected to CEOs, CFOs, and school administration, and when we follow the school, so I automatically get a few B2B meetings and a few B2C meetings already clicked online. So through the Calendarly link, they fall in and they book, and I get an update on my email say that these meetings are booked. And then then it becomes my prerogative to see that I don't overbook, so I give them other slots which are available. And hence LinkedIn has been a very very good tool, because the more you are visible on LinkedIn, more people know about your service, and there is a kind of brand connection and brand development that happens over LinkedIn. So for me, that is the only professional tool that is currently available, where you meet like-minded people and you discuss business very diligently and very professionally.
Thank you so much. That's really interesting. I mean, what's your experience so far? I know you just started out, so but let us know.
Yeah, basically, I just started LinkedIn 1 year back. Basically, that time we just started. We don't have any MVP or something. It's just connecting with customers, potential customers, and what they really want. And basically, I connected with a lot of students from various colleges. So LinkedIn helped me. There's other platform as well, but LinkedIn is like a professional thing you can do. In other platform like Instagram, WhatsApp, they won't be in much serious. If they are in LinkedIn and they're looking for any jobs, looking for any classes, they'll need a little push, right? So we will be helping them. So we got to know about so many students. We can market study in LinkedIn as well. We can ask directly to them if we connect with them. So for LinkedIn, it's like a paradise for startups. That's what I think.
Definitely, definitely. And instead of speaking about startups, let me ask Kabir, what are your, I mean, just tell us about your experience on LinkedIn and how it's been so far.
Like I started when I was in college. I'm very happy to have Amin here. So we are both from the same college. And the best thing I feel is that when I was in college, I had the same passion. I had my startups. So one thing which made me connect to him was LinkedIn. If there was no LinkedIn, there was no chance that I would see him, and I wouldn't see a student from QSAT doing his startup. So kudos to you. Like it's not that easy to start from college, and so this was one thing. I mean, like I don't know whether you knew, and you have gone to this exposure. So this is one thing which I would tell. I had my LinkedIn account back in when I was in college. So when LinkedIn was started, so it should be somewhere before 2006. But I think I had just hardly 1,000 followers till the end, starting of this year. From February till now, I'm seriously working on LinkedIn. So I take my coaching from Jasser, and I'm a LinkedIn top voice now. So it is a thing of consistency. The other thing is that currently what I do is that I take 10 startups, train them, and most of my startup gets their work from LinkedIn. So it's much more easier for them. And if you take it like 2 years back, LinkedIn was more to a resume data bank. You had voices, but it was not that active. But now what I see is that if I take one of my first startups, they just joined startup, like they just joined LinkedIn, and the first client came in 1.5 weeks, and it all started with 1,000 dirham, but now we can see a potential of 500,000 dirham. So initially, if you would if you since I've been in the startup journey for more than 20 years, so if you would ask me if I would have done this long before, I would have in social media, I would have spent in all of my buckets: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everything. I had farm gym, so I used to spend in all my buckets. But if you ask me in LinkedIn, where do I spend? I put my time effectively. I share effective contents. My startups do the same thing, and that's it, how they connect to people. It is very easy. LinkedIn has grown like this is now a solopreneurship platform. You have one skill, you can easily you have a skill you can easily convert your hours to money. So if you look last year, X was performing. Thanks, there are our like LinkedIn audio buddies here, Top Lobo also. So the thing is that if you look in the previous times, the thing was that there was X was performing, but this year LinkedIn is performing, and you can see the number of audio rooms for the sake, how many content sharing are happening, how much education is happening, how much knowledge sharing is happening. And this is one of the easiest platforms to work on LinkedIn, like to work on social media. And I know a lot of people uh, who has left all other social media and are dedicating their time on LinkedIn, because when you spend your time on LinkedIn, it is directly converting to cash or revenue or business. So this is one small take from my side.
Thank you, Kabir. Thank you so much. Let me just remind the audience, we'll be starting discussions soon. So if you'd like to come up, please raise your hand, and Kabir will bring you up. Um, uh, Thank you all for joining, and please follow each other and connect with each other. This is the best platform to do that. So now let's dive into some of the tools which which is the topic today. We talked about the importance of personal branding and why LinkedIn is the platform to do it. Now, let's talk about those specific tools, some of those specific tools that LinkedIn offers and how you can leverage them to build a compelling personal brand. So the first thing is the your profile, right? The LinkedIn profile. It's your digital resume. It's your I love to call it your landing page on the internet, right? So it's something that you really need to take care of. Starting from your photo on that, your banner and your headline and those aspects of it. So, Kabir, you've recently revamped your the profile page, and what was your experience?
Uh, I just revamped like for years till January or till early 3 months back. I started working on my profile. That's when is coaching me daily. So on that perspective, if I tell, the first thing was that I worked on my banner. So usually, if you look, 80% of the LinkedIn profile still don't use banner or don't use a profile photo. So I had a long shot profile photo, which I have a close up profile photo, which I have done, and the banner is easily conveying my message what I'm doing. So I get my consultations apart from the startups. I do startup business consultation. That calls I get it from there itself. Then I was having my daily events going on. Some tools which I uses this OD event, which I get conversions basically. When I do OD events, I get conversion. And apart from that, if you look, I do video events also. There I have a different type of conversion. And now I have few things which I haven't worked on. That is a featured session which has to uh, be utilized for my services, and I can have a calendarly which I haven't just removed it out. So these are few things I did, and this is how few conversions which I easily get. Hope it
Right.
makes sense.
Right. So, guys, make sure that you have a really professional photo in your, profile, because it's your face on the internet, especially if you're going for entrepreneurial journey, or you want to project yourself as a thought leader, or as a really good professional, then it should be a really good photo, professional photo. Your face should, I always tell, your face should cover like the 60% of that the photograph, really close up photo for the profile picture. So smile, it's not a passport photo, so you don't have to be really grumpy. You have to show your teeth and smile and make it a beautiful smile. And get it professionally taken if you can. And it really leaves a big impact on people looking at your profile. So it's really important, and show your face towards the camera. um, Full face photo, so that's really important, one of the
Yeah,
most
Jason,
important.
I have a
Yeah,
question for you.
sure.
How was your journey in LinkedIn? You're a LinkedIn coach, right? How was your journey, and when did you know about the potential of this LinkedIn? Can you
Right.
share?
So I've been on LinkedIn from the very beginning. If you look at my link, I've got the name Chaser itself. So um, that I was there from the very beginning, but I've not been using it. I've not used it to the real potential for a long time. I was into marketing. I was into product development and marketing, branding. I used to help people with the personal branding, and I used to even help them on get their LinkedIn things straight. So I've known LinkedIn for a long time, but recently I decided to focus on the different areas. Which area I can focus to drive business, right? To get the best, where I can really scale up. So I've been talking to Kabir, and he advised me to go find the niche. So that's where I decided to go in marketing, go for branding, and within that, personal branding. And I see there's a lot of scope there. And then again, in personal branding, what is the best platform? There was no doubt it was LinkedIn, so I decided to focus on that. So that's been my journey. But at the same time, I'm a co-founder in FarmChamp and BizTrips, and we have those things happening as well. Now, and one of the things that and before it was like a dull profile, and then thought I'd give it a revamp, and I could really see that working. And I'm very picky at with the people I connect with, so yeah, that's changing too. And it's been amazing the kind of connections I've been able to get since starting my personal branding journey here on LinkedIn. Um, does that answer your question?
Yeah, it's a great story.
All right. Uh, Dr. Sujit, like how was any changes on the profile affected your? I know we are going for a revamp on yours, so um, thoughts
Yeah,
on
so
that?
for me, yeah, thank you, Jasir. So for me, I think LinkedIn branding and that you have been talking about getting your banner content and getting your things is a very very important tool, and that is a thing that I'm on the process. So I was doing it based on the limited knowledge I had, but now we have people like you who are trying to guide us, put it in a better, more professional content, and I can see the result already. It has been 2 to 3 weeks that I've been working on this, and already, like I said, I'm getting some notice and I'm posting. So one for me, one of the drawbacks was content. I was not getting time to post relevant content, and even now I'm doing these week 4, week 5, every day that I do these sessions, I'm posting that with some other content that I have. But I've just started posting content on LinkedIn, which has been my major drawback and which is improving. So to answer your question, I think getting content onto LinkedIn is very very important. Getting your basics right, which is the banner page, and getting your calendarly link, and completing all your educational and work experience qualifications are very very important, so that you get the relevant branding and positioning that you require. Over to you.
Right, right. Thank you so much for that. And yes, definitely the landing page. Your landing page is your profile, and having the banner and this it sends the right vibe. It creates that first impression, right? It's all about the first impression. Sakshi, Zarar, if you'd like to add something, if you'd like to have questions before we move on to other tools, please do.
Let Sakshi do this thing first, and then I'm growing grand morning from it. This part of it.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Zarar.
Jalal. So I just have one thing to add, which really worked for me. I tried and experimented this, and as you mentioned, unless of mentioning that, in your headline that who you are. Like earlier, it was written that I am a fintech entrepreneur and I help people, and it was nothing written that how can I help them or how can I serve them. So I changed that from, instead of writing in the headline that, instead of what I am, I written how I can help the audience, how can I serve them. And that's how I can see a lot of people noticing me. I do, followers do matter, so of increment in my followers. So I guess that headline is very important, and it's very important that you let the people know on your profile, when they see your profile, that in what manner you can actually assist them or you can help them. So I guess that was my input from my side.
Right, right. It's really important, like the whole section that people see when they just open your profile. That includes the profile picture, the banner, and that supports it. Something really hooky on the banner that would incite users to read further, read your profile in full, and then follow that up with a good header. And the header also shows up on, say, in your audio events or wherever you are posting in your article, so it shows up in these places. So it's you have a really good one there that you say assist uplifting brands digitally. So it helps people connect faster. People who have that requirement, they'll be reading that next to your name, and that helps a lot. Zarar.
Thank you, Jasir. Thank you, Kabir, for the invitation in the morning. It's 11:30 my time. Peace be on you, all believers here, entrepreneurs, and everyone. Uh, Thank you, Anna, for joining. And yeah, the profile picture. My profile picture was like been managed or edited by Anna. My whole profile, from my banner to everything, was managed by Anna, and it does differentiate from my original looks. Uh, but because I just wanted to share an incident which just happened in the morning. Um, for example, not example, it's for real. I had some small hard talk with my mother, although it should not be there because your mother is always a mother. And she was like, "Why don't you color your hairs?" And I was like, I can't, because I'm more confident being with my new looks, not coloring my hairs. So your profile picture is something that everybody's gonna watch. So, but after not coloring my hairs, I feel more confident. I don't know why, but whenever I go around, I feel like who I am instead of putting chemicals on my face. So it's like something that is making me more pragmatic and giving me
Right.
more level. Yeah.
Like being genuine out there, right?
Yeah. Being raw. I mean, I cannot use sharpness of my tongue with my mother or my sister or my wife, you know. But to make them understand, it's the most hardest thing in life. When you don't want something to do and they're like forcing you, color your hairs, color your hairs, color your So
Right.
this was my part. Like your profile picture or who you are is like be genuine.
Right.
Be
Right.
genuine. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you so much. So we got a lot of you members down there, listeners down there. Please come up, Rajesh, Jyotika, Anna, Shijaz, Aniket. If any of you would like to join, Angelica, Gina, please raise your hands. Okay, we will bring up. Let's start discussions.
I would love Angelica, please do come in because she would have a lot of experience to share. And Shahid, he is a startup. Shahid, raise your hands. So if you're free, you could come. Back to you.
Thank you, Kabir. So I just want to touch on the next topic because we have a few more points. So as we go on, let's discuss about each of them, each of those tools. So next is like LinkedIn posts, for consistent engagement with posts and comments. So this is a key for personal branding. Regular posts keep you, top of the mind among your connections. So share industry insights, personal milestones, or even a good book that you have read, ideas that come to your mind. Share them, and then people start building on them, right? So the idea is to provide value and engage with your network consistently, very consistently. So there are different types of posts that you can use. Some give you more engagement than others. Like if you post with a picture, it gives you more engagement than just a text-based post. Even the text-based post, formatting it right helps you bring in more engagement. Carousels are another thing. If you have ideas that you want to share with people, create carousels and share them as posts. That really, really, brings in a lot of engagement. People really, like to interact with those kind of posts. So, Angelica, tell us about how you've been engaging in LinkedIn and how it's been so far.
Well, thanks a lot for bringing me up, Just here, and good to see you, Kabir. Yeah, I find that engaging through commenting on other people's posts has been great for building relationships, and also another way that I've engaged is by having these audio rooms. I love these audio rooms. So I haven't been in them that often lately because I was on vacation, but I'm back. And it's something that I really have found wonderful because I love people and I love learning about people, but I also love sharing information and connecting others with other people that can be helpful. So, those are some of the things that I find in engagement as being important on LinkedIn. But I'm always learning new things, and whenever I do, I love to share. So, thank you so much for letting me speak, and it's back over to you. Thanks.
Thank you, Angelica. Um, Post audio rooms, it's been your favorite, Kabir.
Yes, Yasser. Audio rooms are my favorite, and I studied it from more from Angelica. Thanks, Angelica, for that. And apart from that, yeah, there are a few friends here who were there. Like I also had to study how LinkedIn was working. And one thing is audio rooms. Participate in them. Create your audio rooms. There is plenty of audio rooms so that you can grow and you get lot of connections. Like I'm starting my uh, like you all know this high performance and entrepreneurship that is a part of tomorrow, which is to reach 100,000 like 100 million startups and solopreneurs. So initially when starting, I was thinking, how would I reach? It is a big number, but now I have people volunteering me from Africa, from US, from Israel, from so different parts of Australia, so different parts of the world. So 100 million initially, when I would think it was a big, very big number. So if I put myself in a frame and I be on the other side, I would see like, come on, man, isn't it a two number? I would laugh at myself. But just reaching 20 days, lot of people has come forward to support that cause. So think of it. It wouldn't have happened when I started my startup. There was no opportunity for this. So now what we do is that in this 100 days itself, especially we are doing a 10 days even mainly on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is powerful, seriously powerful. You have to concentrate, you have to work on it, and you will easily get your clients there. But you need to spend your time. It is directly proportional, I would tell. How much time you spend, you get your clients there. Rather than spending time on any other social media, I think it's worth spending your time here. That's my take on it, just.
Thank you, Kabir. That's really it. You know, it's directly proportional. That's how engineering students would put it. Um, Jyotika,
I would like to add one more thing. In
like,
2 to 2.5 months, I started with Angelica's room, basically audio room. And apart from that, now I'm reaching around 160 plus events, audio events. So I spend my time when
right.
I'm free. I'll just spend my time learning something, and it's very easy. You can ask questions, you can understand. See now, we have a direct one-to-one interaction here, right? So this is the
Right, right.
opportunity.
Exactly, exactly, and so much faster. Like posting is one thing that happens on LinkedIn. People have been doing that. You post, somebody comments. It's like it's become the snail mail right now. And now the email, the new email is I think the audio events is really faster and. Just comparing. Now, Jyotika, you've been on LinkedIn for a long time, and then you not use that, and then you come back to in a different way. What's your experience?
Well, hi Jasir, and very good morning to everyone, or rather, good afternoon from this part of the world. Um, like I previously mentioned, that I was on LinkedIn, I think about 7 to 8 years back, and we are into business. My husband and I are both running a company, so I used to take care of the finance and the HR part of it. And I was bombarded with a lot of CVs at that time. And I think, like you said, that LinkedIn was pretty much on the lines of a resume kind of, an environment. So I used to receive a lot of CVs, and then I felt that it was just spamming. So I had to actually close it. I had actually closed my profile back then, It was just 3 years back again. I opened a profile when I moved into coaching, and I said, okay, not consciously. It was just that another social media profile that you have. But it's just about 3 months back that I consciously started building up, and thanks to Kabir for creating that awareness, because I was more on Instagram and Facebook, but that was more on a social level. But I was building my profile on Instagram also. Uh, but what I felt is the difference. What I felt after coming here is that on LinkedIn, it's a very conscious living on LinkedIn. So the the people you connect with, the kind of content that you create, it's not just for the sake of it. And remember one thing: when you're creating a content here, it is not only for the upliftment or the knowledge of others, but it's for your own knowledge as well. So you grow while creating those contents. And for me, I think yesterday I tried something called, I mean, you all have spoken about the carousel, and I designed my own carousel and I put it, and the engagement was quite brilliant. I mean, it's just a start for me, but it was brilliant. So I think I like writing. I'm an author as well, so writing is something that I love doing, and I think going forward, I will consciously start developing things in a various format. Now, I think it was Angelica who mentioned about, or I don't know who mentioned about your stories that you put in. I think Jasir, it was you, wherein what I felt is that LinkedIn is about storytelling on a professional level and on a personal level. So people like to see both sides of you. So if you're reading a book, right, add value. You're telling a personal story there, but again connected to the profession you're doing. For example, if it's communication and I'm reading a book on communication, I can share a personal story there, but at the same time, I'm doing something that's relevant to my profession. So the learnings over there. So I think it's all in an entire gamut of experience that you have on a day-to-day basis that you share via your videos, your carousel. Now carousel is a great way to share the content. Remember that not everybody likes to read a long post, and you can shorten it up and make it much more attractive visually on a carousel. And that's exactly what I did. I mean, yesterday I shared 10 tips for public speaking to improve confidence in public speaking. Now, imagine I had put all those 10 tips in the form of writing. I don't think anyone would even reach the 10th point. So instead, you put it on a very beautiful visualization in the form of carousel. There is engagement. So I think we've just got to be a little more creative, and I'm enjoying this process, to be honest, Jasir, connecting to a lot of people. I like connecting to people. I like creating content. I just have to find time, conscious time, to develop that kind of content and do it. And I think I'm up for that.
That's really, really nice. And by the way, that was a really great post, Carousel. Just keep going. And just a tip there, these days, people who are writing long posts, make sure you have a section in your posts for the TLDR. TLDR is like too long, didn't read. So there are a lot of Gen Z out there who would, just peep through the TLDR, and if you have a TLDR, they might engage with you more. So, yeah. Shijas, you have any questions, thoughts? Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for giving me this opportunity, and thank you for this great event. In fact, I think this is the first time I'm attending one of your um, sessions like this. Yeah, so most of you talked about the relevance of being active on LinkedIn and posting the content. So I did my reformation of my LinkedIn profile. I believe it was 2 years back. I have been active on LinkedIn ever since being a cybersecurity professional, and recently I started moving into, coaching and leadership roles. So yes, one thing what I have noticed being active on LinkedIn is you post relevant to the audience. That's very, very important. And the big things, what, because hashtags are very, very important when you're posting content on LinkedIn to reach to a bigger audience. So I believe you get hashtags, ready hashtags from, there is a site where hashtags.com or something like that, where you can just search in Google, which along with your post, adding the right hashtags relevant to the news outbreaks or whatever that post or whatever the content you are creating, adding the relevant hashtags to the post will add more value and will have a better reach and connectivity with the people. And that's what I believe. Apart from whatever that great ideas being shared by you all, from my side.
Right, right. Hashtags are really important. Yes, it was, but recently the LinkedIn algorithms have started changing, and
Is it?
LinkedIn seems to be not looking at hashtags a lot these days. So if you're, it's good to use it, still good to use it, but keep it to more very relevant 4 or 5 hashtags. That's best.
Okay.
Flooding it with hashtags is not a good idea anymore, because
Okay.
now LinkedIn keeps updating their algorithms. And from what I've read from creators out there who are very very closely watching how LinkedIn works. So it's a very very recent thing that LinkedIn is kind of ignoring hashtags there. So it's good to have it at the end. Don't have it within the sentence, where you combine words. That's not recommended anymore. Just have it at the bottom of the post. Keep it to 4 or 5. So that's the new thing.
Okay. Thanks for enlightening me on that. Yeah. Okay. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Welcome. Yeah. So Shahid, how's been your journey? Do you have questions or like to share your experience?
Hi, everyone. First of all, thank you, Kabir and Jasir, for having me here. It's such a beautiful platform. I have been on LinkedIn for a while now, but to be very frank, I never even had an idea that LinkedIn had an option like an audio room. And this is something new for me, and it's been a wonderful platform. I would like to share a real life story, how LinkedIn actually helped me while I was still in Dubai. I really wanted to get into this company as an employee. Right now, I'm the co-founder and CEO of an edtech startup. But while I was in Dubai, I was working for this relocation company, and I desperately wanted to get into this, but I didn't know how to do that. So that's when I thought, like, I'm already on LinkedIn. Let me see if LinkedIn can be of any help. The first thing I did was, like, I went to the company's page, searched for the people who already worked there, and I pinpointed the guy whom I would be reporting to. Then I reached out to him and told him, okay, see, this is what I am. I really want to work for your company. Then he said, like, I'm not sure, Shahid, if we have an opening at this stage for you, but like, I'll keep you in mind. That was it. But what I did was, I would just reach out to him every now and then, share some news, information, whatever I can. And one fine day, I get a message from him saying that, Shai, why don't you come down to our office? We might have something for you. I went there, sat for this interview thing, and to my utter astonishment, I go through that. So that's the power of LinkedIn. I never even had an idea who this person was before that, and it just made me reach the right person at the right time. So that's my experience with LinkedIn so far, and I've been using it ever since. But I had a lengthy conversation with Kabir yesterday, and also with Jasa the other day, and I now understand why should I be focusing more on my personal branding. I was reluctant to do that, but I think I should be doing that quite often from now. That's my story. Thank you, Jasa. Thank you, Kabir, again for this opportunity. Thanks again.
Thanks, Shahid, for sharing that. I had a bit of glitch. I missed a few of those lines, but that's okay. Uh, Now, Kabir, how important do you think it is for, like, I just wanted your view on the whole LinkedIn thing for entrepreneurs and solopreneurs. So, a few of, and most of them out here are, entrepreneurs, so listening to you. So, I just wanted you to, like, share why they should have LinkedIn as a primary platform.
So, as I told, now I train startups. So, the first thing what I do is that I tell them build your brand on LinkedIn. The main reason why I make them do this is the visibility they get. Even they go to networking events, they go to uh, like networking sessions, and seeing one by one. It is 10 to 100x like better when you have such rooms. Now, see, when you have a LinkedIn audio room, now most of you have to that's you have to connect with each other. Now you have a common point to connect. Now when you connect, there is a possibility you can share your services together. There is possibility you can bring in more collaborations. When was this possible? We had to travel 2 to 3 hours for an event or a day to an event, go there, be there, connect to a person, which takes around 1 hour, then start building the business. But here, you are just 1 hour here. Now, see the potential you have. You have around 30 to 40 people altogether who was in the event and who is there in the event. And now, when you come up and speak, you get more opportunity to be heard. So now that's what I told. When I had a dream, now when I have a goal of reaching 100 million solopreneurs or startups or entrepreneurs or business, now it is very easy for me. But do you think if I would have taken this 20 years back and I would have thought to reach more people, the journey to start it or to establish it, the expense would have been like millions. But here, I'm just spending a portion of my time for this. I'm doing 100 days, then daily morning we are having sessions. But to the cause, I can easily connect to people. This is how any startup can get their visibility right. So here you can get connected to your customers, you can get connected to your co-founder, you can get connected to all those services you need, and you also can get connected to the investor who is looking to invest in a startup like you. So that's a brief on me.
Thanks, Gibia, for sharing that. So let's touch on a couple of more tools that LinkedIn offers. One is the articles. Now, articles are really, really important if you want to showcase your thought leadership. Posts are like if you think of like posts as the like person for snacks, then articles are the main course. It really drives your personal brand value up. It's you all know what articles are long of posts. It really allows you to dwell deeper into topics. So articles are really important. Not You don't need to post them as frequent as posts. You can start with 1 or 2 articles a month, but they are really more engaging and shows that you know the topics that you're talking about. Those people usually update turn on the developer mode and then add the hashtags. You can add up to 5 hashtags in developer mode after you turn on developer mode, and that showcases you that shows on your profile the 5 areas that you talk about frequently. So match that in your article. Talk like some of you mentioned here should be really the content you post should be really relevant to the article, the kind of audience that you're speaking to. So articles there. And recently LinkedIn has been promoting newsletters a lot. So newsletters are same as articles, but you can turn articles into newsletters. So once you have newsletters turned on, and you create the article as a it's the same thing. It's just when you select the article, make sure it's you're sending it, publishing it as a newsletter. So the good thing about newsletters is that LinkedIn is really, really promoting that. So it's like articles on a high. All right, so you turn on the newsletters, and the good thing is that LinkedIn sends them out as newsletters to people who have subscribed, and it sent us when you're starting the newsletter, it helps you connect with the people and ask them to subscribe. So a lot of trends happening there with newsletters. Now let me go back to Dr. Sujit. Like, what are the your takeaways from this session? Dr. Sujit, if you're there. We'll come back to that. Jyotika, do you have some parting words?
Well, yeah, I all I can say is that LinkedIn is a journey that is probably a little slow. Do not expect wonders to happen overnight, but believe me, you're investing your time and effort into a long-term development in your business, in your professional life. So keep going, keep investing time, because at the end of the tunnel, you're going to be a better person with better people connected to you. So be there, continue your journey, and keep going.
Thank you so much, Jyotika. Inspiring. Sakshi.
Yeah, thanks, Tasir. So I would just say that, being visible on LinkedIn is very important. So whether you do it by optimizing your LinkedIn profile or by engaging with others, commenting on their posts, just make sure that, you're visible to others and people notice you. And ultimately that would lead to conversions and leads as well. Thanks, Tasir. Thanks, Kabir. So
Thank you so much, Sakshi. Angelica, if you have any parting thoughts.
Um, I did mention earlier about having these audio rooms, but I also want to agree with, I think it might have been Saski or Jayotika who mentioned storytelling. So I really think that when you tell stories, people remember. It's when you just give data, like numerical figures, people tend to not remember as well as when you tell a story. So I'll share what I agree with that very much, and also being genuine and really caring about the people that you have a relationship with, and you can't if you're fake, people see right through it. So it's really important to be yourself and to really show that caring spirit. So that's my share. Thank you so much for letting me speak.
Thank you so much, Angelica. Thank you for those inspiring words. Amin, would you like to some words, parting thoughts?
Yeah, basically, what the main takeaway I got from this audio is basically we all are using social medias. We are getting free dopamines from other social medias. If you're using LinkedIn, we will be getting business, right? We can trade our time with money. Otherwise, we will be trading our time with free dopamine. That's not going to help in the future to only for the satisfaction that's at the time. So basically, I'm going to use most of the tools you have said, Chaser, and that's greatly helped me. Looking forward to getting my traction in LinkedIn. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for
Yes.
helping me this event.
Thank you for joining us. We are late today, so I just want to cut short and pass the mic back to Kabir. Thank you all for joining. Please do connect with each other, follow each other. Kabir, over to you.
Thank you, Jasser. A wonderful session. LinkedIn, the powerhouse. Don't forget, leverage it, use it to your benefits. As Amin said, any other social media, you are making money only for the platform. But here, you are going to gain, you are going to make money. Now, to know more about that, do try a session, a consultation with Jasir, and he's going to help you how to do it. And apart from that, we are having a session very soon with Angelika, who is a master in audio rooms. So I hope we'll announce it soon. We'll be posting to all of you. Just write down a comment in below the event so that it gives us a bit of motivation to go. And I'm very happy that we have reached the milestone of 20 days. For me, when I was starting the events, it was very tough for me to think of what would happen on the 100th day. But now it is like I'm very happy that we have reached on the day 20. This is about the same thing what I tell. Dream big, aim high, start small. I dreamed. Sorry, there was a glitch. Sorry. Dream big, aim high, start small. I dreamed about 100 days. I'm aimed high of having reaching to 100 million people. But I started small with a small team with me. Jasir gave me that confidence, Shemi, Jodiga, and from the teachings of Angelica, Evi, who is not here, Miss Kim. So, with that, we were able to do the first trial. We planned for 100 days, but not all the days were as planned. Lot of speakers backed out, but on last moment, we planned something magical. Lot of guests came for the support on the same day, just before 1 hour. So, this is how you have to focus and work on where you want to reach. So, as I always tell, dream big, aim high, start small. Start very small. Don't bother what is your dream. Dream that very big, but build that block step by step, step by step. From today onwards, there's a small change in the event. Our timing is going to be from tomorrow evening 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Dubai time. Since a lot of my friends, for them, it has been a bit inconvenient and they can't come to the show, so we thought we'll shift the time. So I would love to see a thumbs up or a heart so that everyone has heard the message. And uh, our recordings are there on YouTube. So on the event page, just put a comment so that you will be notified about the recordings. And please do support us. Tell this to three of your friends who would benefit from the journey of startups. And every morning, 1 hour, we are doing a full workout for entrepreneurs. That is Dubai time, 5 a.m. to 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. You have a 10-minute silence, 20-minute habit formation, 5 minutes of motivation, and 20 minutes of fitness training. And this is what we give back to the startup community. And if you are there to volunteer for this 100 million startup journey, please do let me know, DM me so that we can work together and make this world a better place. And with upbringing 100 million startup and solopreneurs around us, with lots of love. Signing off, pckabeer from the 20th day. So all the panels could tell a bye bye. I'm counting to three. Three,
Thank you all for
Bye.
joining.
Thank